Alrighty, welcome back. Another episode of Post-Fades and Cheesesteaks. If you're new, I'm Dakota. This is my lovely, gorgeous co-host Tim. How we doing?
Wow, what, you trying to get in my pants? Lovely and gorgeous.
I'm just trying to, I don't know.
You know what? It's been 5 years. It's good to see the fire is still lit in you.
Yeah, I'm just hyping you up to bring you back down, so don't worry.
Oh, fair enough. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah.
Well, we're in the magical fall. I feel like the
Mm,
last couple of years, fall has been really, I, I don't know, heartbreaking or
mm.
fruitful, whichever way you want to look at it, whether you're a half full or half empty kind of person. Like we've been lucky enough to have playoff baseball. Phillies wrapped up
Unfortunately,
another division.
unfortunately,
Yeah,
but yes,
it's not really shown very well. The
no.
Eagles, generally the Eagles have been a pretty good like early season team. You
Ye-
know, they usually slip up a little bit towards the end. I'm trying to think. I think they've started strong pretty much like every year since the Super Bowl, the first one.
Um, I think you're right. Um,
Most of the time I am.
I mean, they really have only had a couple down seasons since. I mean, we had that weird period between Andy Reid and Doug, and then,
Oh, I'm going like
but
more modern, like, the first Chiefs Super Bowl and on.
yeah, I mean, I think for the most part they have started because I remember we've been undefeated quite a few times, like through 4 or 5 weeks of the season. Um, so yeah, I mean, they're good at getting things going, and so it's surprising because the starters didn't play any preseason. Um, but
It's a veteran team. Did be all right.
yeah, but like you did mention, we do have our the ups and downs of playoff baseball, and Phillies, yes, once again got back-to-back NL East champs. I know a lot of people were writing them off this year for the NL East, saying that the Braves were going to take it, or maybe the Mets, but they held on, and I mean, more than held on. They just, I think they have this like the second best record in the league right now.
They really are. They're cooking. I think last I checked, it was I want to say a week or two. They had the best odds to win the World
Oh,
Series.
don't do that to me.
I mean, this was probably a week or two ago, but at one point they definitely did. I mean, they're coming off of back-to-back wins against the Dodgers,
I-
who I don't. I mean, the Brewers are good. I get that. The Mets are always scary, but I think the Dodgers are still the team to beat in the National League. They got way too much talent.
I mean, we're handling them though.
We are handling them. It's definitely a
We
surprise.
we came back and see this series though has felt like a playoff series with the Dodgers and the Phillies. Back and forth, changing leads. I mean, Duran gave up a home run, kind of blew the save, which sucked the game before. But then the Phillies rallied, won the game in extra innings, clinched the NL East division, partied till 3 in the morning or whatever that was, and then came back, got no hit by Shohei for 5 innings, and
Yeah.
then came back down 4 runs and won. So that was pretty impressive. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just looking
It's
now, and this episode we're talking on the 17th of September. The Phillies have 91 wins. I didn't even know we were in the 90s yet.
they hit the
Uh,
100. Knock on wood.
we,
Hopefully.
I think there's 10 or 11 games left. So I mean, if
It'll
they,
be close, but
yeah. But the Brewers they're 92. So we are right behind them. Uh,
we definitely made up ground. Dude, the Phillies like low key have been really hot recently.
yeah, I mean, their last 10 games were 8-2. Last 10, the Brewers are 6-4. The Mets are lovely 2-8. Love to see that. They were like on our tail for a bit, and they have 78 wins. So they're 12 and a half games back. I feel like
You can
last week. I
guarantee
feel like
a
last week.
September collapse by the Mets.
Oh yeah, I feel like last week they were like 6 games behind, and now they're double that. It's crazy.
If the Mets are not playing the Phillies in New York, they can't win. That's not even just against us, but just in general. They don't seem to win unless it's the Phillies in New York.
We're also
Every
the
other team they
only.
stink against.
The Phillies are also the only team to have clinched the division so far. Pretty impressive when you have the Mets and the Braves. I mean, I know the Braves were injured and ass this year, but
Things are. Where's your confidence meter from the last,
oh man.
say from the World Series on?
Here's the
Where is
thing.
your confidence meter going into the playoffs? Where were you feeling?
Here's the thing. My thought is they're playing really well. They Duran move was phenomenal. He's, I
Yeah.
mean, he had like one or two hiccups so far, but get it out of your system now so you're ready for the playoffs. Bader was like, we were like, who the fuck is this guy? Right?
Oh, it's
Like,
great pickups. They
huge
great
pickup.
pickup.
He's been
That's
great
what you
for us.
needed though. They kept
He,
running out like just guys in the outfield who could just field and were fast, like
yeah.
Rojas and another guy I'm blanking on. Harrison Bader can actually hit.
Yeah,
That's the
he's
big thing.
gold glove and he can hit. So he's been great. Um, I mean, Sanchez and Suarez have been lights out. Nola's getting there. I'm hoping that, Schwarber's impending free agency, the fact that Wheeler's out for the year, the fact that they don't have some of these other players. Turner hopefully will be back for the playoffs. Um, they have to understand that like they've failed so many times that like this is the year. So I feel great right now, especially they've been beating good teams, like taking care of the Dodgers. Um, so I mean I'm on it's World Series or bust for me. I think they can get there. I'm not really scared of the Brewers to be honest.
No,
I think the Dodgers could still give us a little bit of bite back if
I'm
we
afraid of
beat
the
them.
Dodgers. If the Dodgers are on, they're on.
Yeah,
Like they're so good.
The Brewers feel like past year Phillies where they're like look really good and then like one or two rounds in they're gonna falter. But
I think for my fear reading is Dodgers one, the Mets two. If they make
oh,
it
I
in.
don't. The Mets. I need them not to make
I don't
playoffs.
know, man. Did you remember that series we went to New York and played?
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like, would you be? I would not be shocked if the Mets somehow made it and they played us and we lost. Like it just. But we need that bye. We have to keep hold on to the 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Where are the Dodgers? Oh wait, the Cubs
I
are actually ahead of the Dodgers.
The
88
Dodgers
games.
can't. There's no way that they don't make the playoffs. I would expect them to turn it on now.
I mean, the
They're
Dodgers
just,
definitely making the playoffs. They're in the
yeah,
wild card right now though, which is. Oh wait, no, they're not. I'm stupid. Hold on. Cubs are in a wild card. Well, who's? Oh, are the Cubs with the Brewers division?
yeah. Where you at? I was wondering why you brought up the Cubs.
I
It
don't
has
know.
nothing to do with them.
Well, they have a higher record than the Dodgers, but the Dodgers have 84 wins. So as
You're
long as the
just you're
Phillies just
showing
gotta,
yourself as a football guy. Don't know anything about
yeah, I
baseball right
know.
now.
I don't really, to be honest. If you gave me like a thing or like put these teams in their respective divisions, I would not get 100%. If it was
I could do it
NFL,
easy.
for the NFL, I could do a blind. But
I could
yeah,
do it easy.
what about hockey? Could you do hockey?
No, I can't. They did the realignment. Ever since then, I've
And
been
that, yeah,
lost.
now it's weird.
I don't know. I could confidently do baseball,
Hmm.
football, obviously. What about basketball? The basketball's the weird one. Like
No, basketball's even
they
worse.
You
Basketball's so
forget they
confusing
are in divisions. I'm pretty sure they're like the
because
same division since like forever.
basketball is
And
the only division that or the only sport that Boston is in the National League, where all the other ones are like an American or like Western or whatever. Oh no, well the
hmm,
Celtics, yeah, but
good point. Didn't actually think about that.
I don't know.
No, the Bruins are on our side.
Boston's yeah, but Boston. Wait,
I don't even think you know what you're talking about anymore.
the Bruins are
There's
they?
four Boston teams. How could you mess up?
Red
There's
Sox
not
are
that many.
AL, Patriots are the American. Are the Bruins?
They are.
Hmm,
Hockey's West and East. It's very simple and easy broken down.
fair enough. Anyways, we've gotten off track. But yes,
Just got
congrats to the
off, yeah.
Phillies. Congrats to the Phillies on securing the
Phillies
NL
will
East. So,
be my last thought. The Phillies, you could just loop this same comment for the last 5 years and it would be relevant every single postseason run. They
hmm.
just need to stay consistent with hitting. They cannot all fall into slumps like they always do. And I don't trust a single person in the bullpen minus Duran.
Yeah, yeah, the bullpen, I think the bullpen is my biggest. I
I
mean,
mean, your starters,
the bats went quiet last year. I mean, what was it?
they went quiet every single year. They've
I
been in the
still remember
postseason.
it was like Harper, Casty, or maybe not Casty, but it was like Harper, Turner, and like Schwarber were all like 0 for 4 in like elimination game. And I'm like, you cannot do that. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think my X factor is Trey Turner needs to play and like a superstar
Well, I'm
because
hoping that
he's
the time off will just be rest and not like lose his mojo because he was playing well.
Yeah, that's true. He was the missing piece from all those slump teams. It's like he's going to be the guy that you can guarantee will stay hot, stay consistent. Last year it did not play out that way, but
No, I
he's
was
had
gonna
a great
say
year. And then my other X factor is Ranger, Nola, and Suarez or Sanchez because they're going to have to eat innings. The games that those three are pitching, they have to stay in there
I
at
think
least seven, eight.
I think Noah's gonna step up. I think he's gonna be good
You
for the
have to. You got to ride
playoffs.
your horses. I mean, that was the plan when you had Wheeler healthy. You had four aces. That would have been
Hmm.
nice. You're down to three. It can't change though. You cannot go deep into this bullpen. I don't care what the feelings are like. I just trust none of them.
I mean, I think charactering's a little better this year. So
Don't no, just not. Don't lie to me. We're going to the playoffs. I don't want to hear this crap. Like, don't say, "Oh, he's been better." Like against who? The Marlins, the Nationals. Like, we're going to the playoffs.
Marlins are
There's
not
not a
that bad.
single playoff level bullpen on this team minus Durant.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying. The bullpen worries me, and then the
It's no different. The only
cold
thing that
cold
changed is
hitting streaks. But
instead of Alvarado being the only one we trust, now it's Durant.
yeah, do you think Schwarber's got we got what 10 games? Do you think he's gonna break Howard's home run record? I
Where's he
think
at now? Is
he's
eight
50.
behind?
No, I think he's 53. I think so. He's like what 6 or 5 behind.
I'm gonna say no. I think they won the division. They're gonna get a home field advantage. I think they're gonna.
Hmm.
He's not gonna play every game. They're gonna let him sit for a little bit, especially if they don't get that bye.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I don't really even care about it. Like this is the thing. I think everyone has the same mindset that this probably is the last year of this window. Like they've like this is your
yeah,
moment. I think everything else, like the division, I don't know. It's nice they won the division, but I really don't care. They've won plenty of divisions.
yeah. No,
We're
I
past
think
that.
yeah.
This is it.
I'm not gonna run to Dick's Sporting Goods and get an NL East tee. No,
No,
I
God
want the
no.
fucking World Series championship shirt.
It's now or
So
never. It's now or never. This is the window. The team's gonna look a lot different after it this year. This is it. Make it happen.
yeah,
And
well,
we'll see.
we'll see. Go Phils. But on to football. We had a rematch of the Super Bowl, Eagles and the Chiefs. Um, I know we both picked the Eagles, but at least I thought, you know, in the offseason when I saw the schedule, I kind of looked at, we were playing I already forget who we played week one. The
Cowboys.
Cowboys, it was like Cowboys, Chiefs, Rams, Buccaneers. And I was like, you know what? If we get out of that 2-2, I think that's good because those are tough matchups. The Bucks at in Tampa is always weird. And
Especially in September.
and then the Rams probably want a little bit of revenge too. So Dallas has to watch us do a banner. It was a tough. We have this. The Eagles have a tough schedule. Um,
I mean, yeah, the first four games you're playing the two teams you played in the playoffs last year,
yeah,
your division rival on the opening game, and then a playoff team that has had your number
yeah,
for years now.
for
Like
whatever
it's
reason.
really a brutal structure.
Um, Now again, it's week two. The new offensive coordinator. I feel like we say this every year. New offensive coordinator. Uh, but I just see now the turnovers are not the same as 2023, but
Very true.
I just see shades of an uninspired, unexplosive offense. I mean, Saquon's not even finding big holes. We talked about it in our running back episode. He had like 80 runs over 60 yards. I haven't seen him run over like 10 yards yet.
Yeah,
Um,
they
I don't.
well, one, they're definitely using Dylan and Shipley a little bit more. I don't know if that matters, but we did want to see that. The new offense coordinator thing is a real thing. You know, that's like every year, so God only knows. We've had some that went well, some that didn't go well. It's tough to say. I will say Spagnuolo, I thought, had a great game plan. Disappointed that the Eagles could not do anything against the blitz. I mean, he was just blitzing them nearly every drop back. And
Mhm.
at no point did I ever think that we had come up with something to counter it or did anything to take advantage of it. The only play they got off the blitz was the Devontae Smith, the second one where Hurts just threw it up there and got lucky Devontae got it. That was the second time they did try to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I don't think Hurts played bad because when they would zoom out and kind of show some of the like coverage, like they really looked like the Chiefs played a really good. I think the Chiefs played a really good defensive game, and it looks us makes us look bad. But I still think the game plan or the play calling has just not been enough. I mean, you can't have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith in like the bottom 40 of receiving yards after 2 weeks. Like
I know
these
the
are top
rumors are
15
gonna
receivers. Like they need to
the
be getting the
rumors are gonna
ball.
kick off already.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
AJ Brown is pissed
they
off kind of thing.
they won a Super Bowl. Who fucking cares? But
Well, that's true. I mean, it's you look at it one of two ways. Would you rather be, I don't know, what's a good comparison? It's like, would
would
you
you
rather
rather
be AJ Brown,
would you rather be the
who,
Bengals or would you rather be the Eagles?
that's the thing, would you rather be AJ Brown or
Jamar
Jamar
Chase.
Chase?
Here's
Jamar
I
Chase,
mean,
realistically, I mean, Joe Burrow is going to be broken by the time that they ever get to a Super Bowl.
the thing
For
that
AJ
I
Brown,
yeah, the thing I saw a thing actually. He got Joe Burrow's been sacked like almost as many times as Andrew Luck's been sacked in his entire career. And Andrew Luck got sacked a lot because that line was not good when he was there. But
The Bengals don't deserve Joe Burrow.
they don't.
They just don't.
I could he it could be one of those like I don't know what his contract is, but maybe like a Drew Brees scenario where he gets out of his the team he's been on for a little bit and then goes to find a better team. But who
No,
knows?
he's son of big. It's also like the fact is the Bengals don't deserve Joe Burrow, but they also have everything for Joe Burrow outside of a
An offensive
functioning
line
offensive
and
line.
a defense.
Well, because the guy's a Cincinnati guy or an Ohio guy.
Mm.
You drafted his, wide receiver from college as his number one here. I feel like there's ties outside of just this football team that keeps him there. But
Mm.
man, if Joe Burrow could ever go to an actual organization, phew, sky's the limit.
Yeah. The what was I back to the Eagles. But yeah, I think like I don't know. You look at it, is it exciting? No. Is it sexy? No. But I mean, 10 years from now, if we're looking back and saying, hey, remember the year where the Eagles repeated as Super Bowl champs, but AJ Brown, only had this many yards, or would you rather be, oh yeah, AJ Brown, all pro, Pro Bowl, 1,800 receiving yards. You're not going to be talking about that in 20 years. We're talking about Super Bowls and championships. So,
Well, AJ Brown might be, but
I
we
mean, for
digress.
like the fans and the actual like the team, whatever, it's like obviously wins are more important than stats, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's. I mean, to be fair with the Eagles, like what would you get first? A a call for Nick Sirianni to be fired, an anonymous source telling us how AJ Brown's gonna be traded or he's upset about the offense, or the Phillies eliminated from the playoffs. Like which one would come first? It seems like we're unless we lose a game, I don't see the AJ Brown stuff coming to light. I think
No, I don't.
Sirianni's bought himself. We'll see. It's a race against each other at this
I
point.
mean, he had more. He had what? He had like a couple catches, like 3 or 5 catches. They just weren't for a lot of yards.
Yeah, I
But
mean, yeah, he had a couple. He was open on a couple
I think
plays that they
I think he
missed.
did get like, I don't want to say 50.
Nah, he had that deep ball that he's wide open on, but your boy Calcaterra and
Fuck Calcaterra, man.
the what's the other sorry,
Bless you.
what's the other guy's name? The tight end, Gardner.
I don't know. He's not important.
Um, both of them missed the block
Yeah.
and just hurts in no time. The whole logic there of we know Calcaterra can't block. He's your receiving threat tight end. And then you keep another tight end on the roster who can't do anything but block. But yeah, it's like seems like we just don't know what we're doing with either of them.
Yeah, we're through we have 2 games in the league so far, and our leading receiver is Devontae Smith with 69 yards.
Yeah. And how many of that was on that one play where Hurts just chucked it up on the blitz?
I forget what his longest was. It was like 40 yards or something, wasn't it? Oh no,
Yeah.
it was 30. So
So half of it on one throw.
Jahan Dotson second with 63 yards and
And
half
how many of that was the big one for the
51.
yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, we're not the only offense struggling. Like it's the beginning of the season. They're
Yeah.
doing enough. You look at it like look at the Cowboys game. We had an hour long delay, weather delay. That's going to throw off any offense.
Yeah.
Spagnola is just so good. I was disappointed in the Eagles for not having a single answer for these blitzes and all the schemes that they were in with. But you got to remember, Spagnola is just a genius.
Oh yeah.
He was going to have a game plan and have it ready and to throw off anyone. So we see. I mean, we'll see what happens. They still got some tough teams coming up, but you'd like to see them get some creativity because I think you mentioned the 2023 play calling, and it does
Yeah.
scare me a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, there's the positives out of this. I think we blitzed a little bit on defense because they were trying to stop Patty from running. He like to be honest, I know they were down like 14 receivers, but Juju's still a veteran. They still have Travis Kelsey,
They
but
they had no one.
yeah,
They had no
but
one to could open.
but I think also the defense played well. I mean, I didn't see Quinion until like the fourth quarter. That's how
Yeah,
locked down he
sprint.
was.
Well, sprinting after Thornton on a deep touchdown.
Yeah, which and in the moment I'm like, what the hell? How could he have done that? And then you know, you notice that it was actually like a safeties assignment. So, but
I mean, defensive line played great. Jordan Davis again was big impact.
you know,
Carter
s-
had moments.
speaking of impact, the new guy, Zadarius Smith, he was all over the
Oh
field.
yeah, you know what? I'd like that. I, how makes these moves like that don't work sometimes. The Golden Tates, the Robert Quinns, and sometimes they hit. Zadarius Smith is going to be a big one. Maybe he can be like Sue gave you some good snaps in that year.
Yeah,
Um,
it does kind of remind me of him and what was the other like veteran guy?
Linval Joseph.
They brought in those veteran guys and they kind of helped
I don't know, man.
carry
Zadarius
him.
Smith was an impact player this past game.
I think
He
so
was
too. He looks
he was
like he's in really good shape too. Like he looks like
yeah.
he's been ready. Like he has been ready for a team to sign him. Or maybe he just waited and didn't want to do training camp and just
I mean, listen, he came out what had 8 sacks last year after pretty much doing the exact same thing with the Lions that he's doing with us.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he had plenty of opportunities. There's no rush.
But I think it's great. He seems to really be excited for this like mentor role too. Like where, I mean, Nolan and Jalix are like their third, fourth years, so like or third and second year, so they definitely need a veteran presence without
I'm already
Graham and
convinced that Zadarius Smith is going to do much more than we thought he would when he was
that
signed.
I hope so. But he
He could
looked
be
good. I think he might
he
have had a half sack. I don't remember, but
yeah, he had 2 big plays in the backfield
Mhm.
and right around the same time of each other.
Oh,
So
I mean,
it
they couldn't
was
do like that was a gritty defensive game for sure. Like Spagnuolo, like you said, he made the Eagles look like shit on offense. The Chiefs could not do anything without Mahomes' legs. Like if he wasn't a mobile quarterback, it would have might have been a blowout just from our defense turning the ball like forcing turnovers or sacks or whatever. Um, but they stuck in it. I mean, they had that deep, like you said, that deep ball that they got lucky with. But I mean, like I mean, they went for it on like 4th and 1 on their own 30, the Chiefs. And I'm just like,
yeah, it didn't make any sense.
I don't know about that. Like,
You know what? It's so annoying that this keeps happening. And I really don't hope this is not the whole season, but the tush
push
push
push.
narrative is just getting so old. Because you know
Well,
what? No, every Sunday,
okay.
I watch every team do the same exact play and they just don't do it well. They,
Yeah,
they, they just fail miserably at doing it. Like, why is this such a crazy thing? I see other teams doing the exact same thing. They just can't run it very well.
I
It's
think
like, what are you gonna do? Take away the halfback sweep because, the Lions are running it really well with Jahmyr Gibbs, or when I'll throw you a name. When Chris Johnson was in the league, just ban the halfback sweep because the Tennessee Titans just run it so well.
yeah. I mean, I think this game was a really bad showing because there was that alleged offsides that didn't get called.
No,
Um,
if they don't call it, then it's not a penalty.
Right, but now, like, I mean, even like ESPN, all these, ESPN analysts are like, it's just, it needs to be banned. Like, you got people jumping off sides. I'm like, okay, that was one occurrence. Like, they're like, how is the ref supposed to see? He's supposed to get down on the ground and like, hey, he's the ref. He's supposed to, by any means, he's supposed to be able to see the ball in the line of scrimmage. That's not the Eagles' fault.
ESPN, nowadays they just talk about
Oh,
the
they just
most
clickbait. They
highly,
just,
yeah, they
yeah.
just clickbait stuff that isn't actually about the game. The tush push actually is probably the most relevant topic they talk about that involves football. That must have been right after they talked about whether Dak Prescott could beat LeBron James in a one-on-one basketball game.
Probably. But yeah, I think it's whatever, you know.
It's you know what, but this perfect example. We just ran it so well. That's the thing. We just run it, it works. People just look pathetic when they keep bitching and moaning
But yeah,
about
that's the
getting rid of
thing.
it.
Like if it was because I forget who said it. It might have been one of the announcers. They were like, you're not banning if you ban it, you're not banning the play because it's effective. You're banning the play because the Eagles are good at doing it.
And no one else
So
is.
it's like if it was that easy, if it was that much of a non-football play, every team would be doing it. Remember
I see every
when
week they try to do it.
the Dolphins had Ronnie Brown and they were doing the
Oh, the
Wildcat,
Wildcat, yeah.
and every team tried to do the Wildcat, and not many had success with it, from what I remember. The
No,
Dolphins ran it really well, and a lot of teams didn't. Same thing. These teams aren't, or they don't want their quarterback to get hurt or whatever. But
no. I forget
it's
who's I was watching someone this past Sunday, I forget who it is, and they did a couple of tush push interpretations, we'll say,
mm,
and it was just painful to watch. Like the quarterback was going over the guard. I'm like, this is why. I forget who it was. I was chewing Charlotte's ear off of trying to explain to her the whole tush push and what is different. And, it was excited. She was as excited as your cats would be if you tried to explain to them what the tush push would be.
you know what the tush push is? No,
Yeah.
she's trying to climb. But yeah, I don't know. Good. It was a lot of ugly, some good. Um, again,
I
you can't tell until October, I think, how good a team really is going to be. But
Perfect example of the up and down. Makuba had a very
whew,
nice,
he had a bad first quarter,
he had a
phenomenal
bad first quarter, yeah.
less
But
rest of the game.
it all, especially that he had the biggest play of the game.
Oh yeah. I mean, Kelsey should have caught it.
Absolutely should have called it.
Mahomes should have thrown a better ball, but yeah.
Maybe Travis Kelce's just getting preoccupied. He's getting a little distracted and suddenly go Hollywood, dropping these balls in your hand.
I mean, he still was I mean, he made, Cooper DeJean his bitch calling a couple plays, so
He did. Yeah, he did. He still
but
got it.
Coop, I mean, I was saying this to my friend. I was like, Coop, he got stiff armed, but then like didn't he like I feel like 80% of the other players, like cornerbacks, like that would have gotten thrown to the ground and he was able to hold his ground and still get him down. But same thing with he got juked out by somebody and then was able to like recover really quickly and still make a tackle. But um
That's good.
I don't know. Adoree Jackson played a little bit better.
Couldn't play worse.
I mean, he also gave up a almost touchdown because he like fell. That would have been bad.
Is it
But
our Dory Jackson our new James Bradbury?
what's funny is Bradbury was actually good the first year we had him, and then I don't know
Brad
what
Strauss,
happened. I don't know
the
what happened to
second
him.
year.
The second
I
year,
mean,
he
they're
just they became another
both
person.
both former Giant veterans that just can't play number two cornerback.
It's funny
It,
though because I keep seeing I think like AJ Brown posted something on his Instagram, and then some other player posted, and Isaiah Rogers commented on both of them, and then all these comments underneath are like, "Bro, please come back to the Eagles. Please come back to the Eagles." But yeah, it was a lot to take away from, but I think they beat a perennial Super Bowl contending team, a really
yeah,
good coach, one of the best quarterbacks to touch the field, one of the best tight ends to touch the field. So a win's a win, even if the Chiefs are a little weird this year, but the
yeah, but
Rams.
they'll be.
So
You know what? But the thing was, this wasn't just like the Chiefs or the Chiefs. This is a down year or whatever. The Chiefs had this circled. We just embarrassed them in the
yeah.
Super Bowl. You can tell me they weren't up for this game?
Oh, they had the defensive game plan down pat. Like we weren't
Yeah.
able to do too much, but
I'd like to see a little bit more out of the offense because I'm not gonna lie, it does give you more of that 23 vibe.
I have to I mean the Rams have a good D, but I have to figure they open it up this game. And if they don't and it still looks the same, then I'm gonna start getting worried that this is what we're gonna see the rest of the year.
I
But
mean,
you
you're
gotta AJ has to have a big game next week. It's just him or Devontae has to have a big game. It
yeah,
just
this I'd like to see it aired out a little bit. I know our offense is built around running the ball, but listen, it's week 3. There's no harm in just opening it up a little bit. You'll be
Saquon
okay.
Saquon hasn't even had a 100-yard game yet.
I know. I'd like to see a little more in the passing game. We know that the running game is fine. I'm not worried. It'll be fine. You still
SA
have enough time. You still have
SA
Saquon
barely
Barkley.
1K.
Yeah, you'll be fine there. Let's just open it up the passing game a little bit. Let's get creative. Let's make an adjustment on the screen on the blitz. Like they were blitzing him nearly every pass. Like you can't come up with something creative, a quick pass, an audible, or do something when you know it's going to keep coming. No, that was a tough one.
Yeah. To end it, did you see the Chris Brown, Chris Jones and Jalen Hurts exchange in the last kneel down?
Yeah, very surprised. I mean, Chris Jones was talking shit, fine, but like
Yeah,
I don't know. I figured the guy like that would be just above that.
it was odd. He's like something like you have 100 passing yards, something. And he's like, man, we won the fucking game. Shut your ass up. I was like, that's
That's
my
like,
quarterback.
yeah, that's what like that's what like a defender on the Browns would say because they have nothing else to rely on.
Yeah, that was like I'll never forget. And then we'll get on to the rest of the games. I think it was the Chargers and the Raiders. Might have been 2 years ago. And the Chargers were getting beat down. It was like 50 to like 10. And Austin Eckler got a first down and he did like the first down motion. I'm like, it's the fourth quarter. You're down by 40 points. What are you doing?
Hey, have your moment, man. Have your
I
moment.
don't know. But yeah, so there were other games. Let's start off with the surprise Thursday. I guess either the Packers are legit or the Commanders are not as good as people think they're going to be. Um,
I actually think the Packers are legit. Micah Parsons
that
is
might
man.
get,
He's a
I told you it might be the Saquon for us, but
I'm not there yet. The Mike Parsons is incredible as a
mhm,
player himself.
yeah.
Let me see Jordan Love and this offense do a little bit more before I
But
start crowning them.
I think they lost one of their receivers. Is that for the year or I forget. Someone got
Um,
hurt.
I forget who it was. They just have a weird mixed bag of just random dudes playing wide receiver.
I mean, yeah, it's
It's hard to keep track because they're all the same. Because Christian
yeah.
Watson's coming back at some point.
What's was it Reed? Maybe Jenny Reed got hurt.
I don't know. Christian Watson got hurt last year. He should be back. I guess he's on the pup list. I would think he's
Mm,
coming back at some point. Maybe they just substitute one for the other.
mm,
But no,
perhaps.
the Packers, I I told you all last year. I never thought Washington was very good. I thought Jane Daniels was very good. Washington, not
Yes.
so much. Yeah, they're still working it out. Debo looks good.
Yeah, he's explosive. So
I think it's
that's
still a work in progress everywhere. Marshawn Lattimore does not look good. He was
oh
getting his ass
he
torched.
he might be washed. He might be washed.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm leaning towards too.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this Commanders will still make playoffs, but yeah, I think the Packers are actually
Huge win,
kind of
huge
scary.
loss for the Eagles. I mean, for them to drop a game already and
Oh
helps our
yeah.
division chances.
Oh yeah. But elsewhere, somehow game of the week, Cowboys and the Giants.
Game of the week,
Four,
dude. I thought the Ravens and Bills game was the game of the year. Now we have another game of the year
yeah,
contender.
40 to 37 Cowboys in a surprise game. I mean, I think the first half was kind of slow,
It
and
was.
then the second half was just like bang, 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 bang.
There's so much to digest from this game. Like
Russ looked washed, and then he threw for what,
Russ looked
450
awesome.
yards and three touchdowns.
Russell Wilson looked awesome, like the peak Seahawks Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
And then overtime hit, and he turned into the worst version of Russell Wilson. The
yeah.
guy, like, it wasn't even the brutal interception, which was terrible, but then it was also like he dropped the ball and threw it backwards 10 yards.
Also,
Like,
I hate to see it, but the Giants really got OBJ part two in Malik Neighbors. Like he's
he's
good.
so good.
He's so good.
But you know, it also helps. And the whole Michael Parsons thing was a complete disaster. Jerry
Hmm.
played that so poorly. But you also think, man, if they had some money lying around, I'm sure they could have gone with a deal. But when you give Trayvon Diggs an insane contract and realize this guy is just
Mid.
he's worse than Adoree Jackson. I mean, he is so washed,
That's
man.
what
He
that's
was getting cooked all game. Kyrie Elam was a bust with the Bills. Trayvon Diggs is so washed. Like I don't even pick anyone you want from that secondary. They all are terrible.
That's why I'm like, I thought like, damn, did they get like better in the offseason? Like, why is AJ Brown and Devontae kind of like locked up in the first game, and then they just got fucking torched. I was like, guess our game
Oh,
plan's really that
dude.
bad.
Oh
Our
my
rats are
God.
terrible.
Trevor Diggs, the whole game must have been exhausting because all I saw him do was chase Malik Neighbors around like he was a squirrel chasing an acorn.
Yeah, but I mean, Giants, well, they're in a precarious situation now though because they're like good enough to compete, but they can't win games.
Oh, dude, they need to fire Daboll. Did you watch all the amount of
Oh,
penalties and just
yeah, the backup lineman.
dude, the penalty, not even, dude, with the guy Phillips, he must have had three pass interference. Him and CeeDee Lamb hate each other, but
Yeah,
all the false starts, the personal interference, like, dude, this team is just a mess.
yeah.
And they nearly won. And you know what? I think Brandon Aubrey's the best kicker ever.
You know he's 30.
It makes me feel worse. I don't
Yeah.
think I could run
Well,
64
he was
yards
what?
without being winded.
He
And
was
this guy's just
a
booting field goals.
first round pick in the MLS draft when he was originally going to play soccer, and then
I couldn't believe it when they ran the ball, that like the last play of the game, the halfback dive to Williams for like 3 yards. I was like, you can't possibly be serious. Are
he's
you like
like,
you're settling for 64-yard field goal? You're not going to try. You're not even going to try to get a few more yards, and he just drills it without any issue.
when we were growing up, if you made a 63 yarder, you were like a god. And now it's like 64 is just light work for him.
He just hits it without like it looked easy. He's gonna hit a 70-yard field goal,
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean
and he's not very far from it.
That Jaguars kicker hit one in preseason, so I'm sure
Oh, dude,
he's like Steph Curry getting free throw shots like automatic. It's not like you don't even question it.
I mean, it's insane. Like the Cowboys, if there's 10 seconds left, they have a chance to win the game.
Oh, if they don't. I mean, if they don't have Brandon Aubrey, they lose that game, 100%.
No, if they don't have Brandon Aubrey, they lose a lot of games.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird one to unpack. That was extremely entertaining. I put a
Oh
parlay
yeah.
in the Cowboys money line was my last leg, so I was heavily invested in it. I was losing my mind
Oh
watching
man.
that game.
I'm so I don't even want to talk about our game picks because I should have bet money on my picks because I only got one wrong out of 16 games.
Well, that's pretty good. I'll give you that. That's it's not too bad.
Pretty good. 15 out of 16 is pretty good.
It's
Well,
it's
you know
it's
what?
not awful.
Speaking of wacky and the team that lost me a potential perfect week of picks, the Pittsburgh Steelers lost to the Seattle Seahawks 31-17 in like a bizarre kickoff that the returner didn't realize he had to pick up the ball.
Yeah,
Or
that
maybe he thought it
was
was going out of bounds, but it ended up in a Seahawks touchdown, which is hilarious. But
the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, looked washed. Did not look good.
yeah, he went
So
from four touchdowns to one touchdown and two picks. So
yeah, that's aging pretty well for me. Jalen Ramsey may be Defensive Player of the Year though.
he's playing well. We
Hear
thought
that
he was
everywhere.
washed. And
That never came out of my mouth.
also, Jalen Warren, he's been good the first 2 weeks.
Maybe
48,
Najee Harris was just getting in his way.
I mean, he had 48 carry, 14 carries, 40 yards is not that great, but four catches for 86. He's getting involved. And everyone was picking
Jackson,
that rookie to take over, and he's got a firm grip on it. Looks
I
like,
don't think he's going to be seeing the field
yeah,
at
no,
any capacity anytime soon.
but
Yeah, Seahawk wise, Smith and Njigba maybe has his breakout year. He was a good last year, but
I mean, yeah, I don't, maybe not breakout, but he'll just assert himself into like top 10 discussion, perhaps. But so that happened. Then we had the Rams beat the Titans 33-19. This game was kind of close for a little bit, and then the Rams pulled away.
did you see
Um,
the Cam Ward had the most amazing rookie moment I've ever seen? He goes rolling to I think it was the right, threw across the body into the
yeah.
middle of the field, off one leg. Like
hmm
that, you could not draw up a bigger situation where they
That's
would have told you never to do this ever, and it worked.
that he probably played Madden a lot growing up because you would do that shit in Madden because sometimes it would work because you just fucking throw off the opposite side of the field, but it was a touchdown, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it
Yeah,
worked out well.
it worked
Off
out.
1 foot, across the body, in the middle of the field.
But yeah,
He's not going to learn.
The Titans are definitely going to compete with the Dolphins and the Saints for worst teams in the league. But
I feel a lot better from the Titans than those two.
I mean, yeah, you actually have a quarterback there, but potentially. The speaking of the Dolphins, the Patriots beat them 33 to 27. I mean, Dolphins looked better. Um,
No, no,
but
don't use any positive words or adjectives to describe the Dolphins. They are a mess.
I mean, do you see
They
McDaniel's press conference? He's like, "Well, in order to win the games, you gotta win the game, and if you don't win the game, you're gonna lose the game." It's like, wow, that's
see
phenomenal.
that
Thank you. Such good insight.
the whole McDaniel schnick
He's
only
getting
works
fired
when you win. Yeah, he's so done.
because
That
once you lose the team, like once the vibe, like similar, like if Sirianni, if we were had losing seasons every year, Sirianni would have not made it because he is dependent on team success through like camaraderie and like everyone having their backs and all the good vibe shit. Like McDaniel's, once you lose the locker room, you're kind of cooked.
it's just
But
like you're supposed to be the nerdy genius offensive guy, and you can't score. Tyreek Hill, I think ready to go full like
strip
just
club,
detonation to the team. Him and Tua were going at it. I got some respect from Tua. Tyreek made it very clear that he was pissed off, and then
mm,
Tua in his press conference, you see like I think whatever he clapped back a little bit and like calm Tua away. He's like, he expects me to throw 80 yards in the air. It's kind of hard. Maybe he should try to settle in the route a little bit more, or, make himself open or whatever it was.
yeah, they're
It's they're just going to fall apart. It's a mess. They're looking at a top 5 draft pick, I think, this year.
Now, do you think it's going to be like McDaniels gets fired mid-season or end of year, and then Tua is also kind of pushed out of the organization too? Like a whole refresh or
Depends on who they bring in. Depends on the
mm,
coach.
fair, fair.
I'd find it hard to believe that they would let Tua walk out of the building.
Yeah, he's I hate to say it, I mean I think Dak Prescott's better, but he does kind of I feel like fall into that Dak Prescott mold where it's like the guy can put up numbers, but he's gonna have a lot of ups and downs. He's always gonna he's not always gonna win in a pinch, but he's better than the average starter.
His
But
career is just tough because of the injuries. Like
yeah, the
it's
concussions
weird.
too is you
Like
worry about
it's
that.
weird to see this kind of and like some people, Trayvon Diggs doesn't come close to what he looked like before the tear in ACL.
Hmm.
Um, you're used to seeing it with Achilles, or ACLs, or shoulders, or whatever. The concussion's like a new thing. It's like he's never going to come back from what he was
It's bad.
pre-concussions. Like I don't know, it's weird, but I don't see them letting Tua leave. I think they'll bring in competition, but I don't think they'll let him leave the building. McDaniel, I probably this year, like in season, because
Yeah, I think in season two.
he's clearly got no control of the locker room.
No,
The whole nerdy offensive shtick doesn't work when you're losing.
no, it does not. Anyways, other games. Bills beat the Jets 30 to 10. Pretty boring game there. Bills just kind
Bills
of
and Eagles Super Bowl.
sure looks like it, I would hope. I think Josh Allen left the game for like a drive because he had a bloody nose or something. But beyond that, his numbers were a lot quieter, but he didn't really have to do much because the Jets, odd that their defense was supposed to get better, but they really have only not looked great. But I mean, I think what's his name? Justin Fields got hurt at one point. He might have had a concussion. I
Couldn't
forget
tell
what
you.
the
Oh yeah, he did. The,
yeah.
the game was well over at this point.
Was it? Okay. I didn't get to watch it. I only saw like clips, but
I don't even know who their backup is, and I'm assuming he played most of the
Tyrod
game. Oh, there
Ty
you go.
Tyrod Taylor, Virginia Tech, great.
Yeah. Considering how booty they've been,
Oh my, I don't want to talk about it. They're so bad.
he is a great considering what you're dealing with now.
Yeah. Um, moving on, we had the Bengals won, but did they really win? Beat the Jags 31 to 27. Weird game. I mean, Joe Burrow gets turf toe and now he's out for 3 months. Trevor Lawrence yelling at his coach, then throws a perfect pass to Brian Thomas and he fucking drops it. It's
Mm.
just weird game.
Disaster game. I'm excited for Jake Browning season, man. He
This
threw three
this
interceptions and two touchdowns. That's my kind of guy. I'm really excited.
no, this will be his now. This is his time to like cement himself and say, "Hey, look, I can be a starter in the league." Because everyone keeps hyping. All I've heard is that he's the best backup in the league.
He's pretty
So,
good. Listen, he won me a fantasy title
oh,
when
there
he
you
came
go.
in. Yeah, so I'm all for it. Bring on Browning.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, and Jamar Chase obviously had a huge bounce back game. I think he had like 14 catches or something crazy. Yeah, 14 for 165.
Take the strategy. Hey, fuck
So,
it. Jamar's there somewhere, throwing it up.
yeah. So, uh, moving on, we had the 49ers and Mac Jones. I did not even know he was on the Niners. Beat the New Orleans Saints 26-21. So, I mean, Saints were competitive with a
Their game was close.
backup QB, but I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, it was Mac Jones.
he
Take it for
played
what it
well,
is.
you know.
Well, he did, but still, it was close.
Yeah, not much more to make out of that game. Um, thought this game was going to be closer, but it was quite the beatdown. Lions beat the Bears 52-21.
Motor City Dan.
Jared Goff was
He
back this
he was
yeah.
definitely running the score up on his old coordinator and like, listen, buddy, I don't care where you went. I don't care who you think you are.
You
I made you.
stayed. I
Yeah,
made you.
I made you.
Yeah, that was quite the display. I think the Bears are not in a good spot.
I mean, I watched a good bit of that game when it was competitive, which so like the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And Caleb Johnson does not look very good.
No, he does not look anything like he did in college. He's
I
just
don't
he
see the problem is he looks too much like he did in college. Like he
mm,
looks like he's just
but he's not
like
converting those plays that he does.
well, because those plays he pulled off in college were just not going to work in the pros. Like remember, everyone
True.
compared him to Mahomes because he was throwing sidearm and
Yeah.
jumping off his back foot and doing that. You're like, dude, that doesn't really always translate to the
Translate,
pros.
yeah.
And I don't know, he just doesn't look like he's developed at all. Like he looks lost.
Yeah. But
Looks closer to Trey Lance than he does Patrick Mahomes. I'll put it that way.
that's not a great comparison to have. But yeah, Jared Goff, 300 yards, 5 tutties. Amon-Ra had 9 catches, 115, and 3 touchdowns for Amon-Ra. I wonder his fantasy numbers were probably crazy. But Lions take care of that. And then Ravens, Browns. This game was also like close for a while, and then I like wasn't paying attention. I looked back to the scoreboard, and the Ravens just were beating them down. They won
Yeah,
41-17.
yeah.
I think Flacco got hurt because I saw Dylan Gabriel playing for a little bit, or maybe they took him out because the game was over. I don't really know, but
I have to think it's a lot of backup quarterbacks we saw this past week.
a lot of quarterback injuries this week.
Yeah.
Um, Wild game. The Broncos lost to the Colts 29-28 on a double field goal, if we want to call it that. So the Colts kicked the ball with time expiring, missed. Then the Broncos got a penalty for basically jumping over
Oh
the
yeah.
lawn snapper, and then the Colts got 5 yards, got to re-kick it, and it was perfect. And so the Colts and Danny Dimes 2-0. Danny Dimes is like second in the league in passing or first, I forget. So he's reborn. He's a new
What hurts you
man.
more if you're a Giants fan? What hurts you more this weekend? Watching Russ throw the ball backwards 10 yards and then throwing an interception that loses in overtime after he's been balling all day, or watching Daniel Jones win another game and look great doing it.
Probably Daniel Jones, because that just
Yeah.
means they didn't support him and give him the right coaching. Because, I mean, I saw a graphic and it was like how it feels to. They're like the new recipe is like go to the Giants and then leave to become a better player.
Bro,
It
I'm
was
telling
like
you, the movement,
Saquon, Daniel Jones, and Xavier McKinney, and they all have gotten better.
not to get off the topic, but the movement, bring in these first round busts to a different team and things will change. That's where I think the Dolphins think about with Tua.
Mm.
They let him walk out the building. Maybe we see a Mac Jones,
I
or not
mean,
Mac Jones, a Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and now Daniel Jones type
yeah, yeah,
turnaround.
yeah. Daniel Jones is this definitely like a Sam Darnold story from last year, but I mean, Tua's not. He's not. I wouldn't label him a bust. I just don't think he's been as advertised, as what you want.
Yeah, it's true.
So, but Next, we have the Colt. Oh, because I just said that. The Cardinals beat the Panthers 27-22. Cardinals, I don't know what to make of them yet. They're not really.
Panthers kind of stink though.
Yeah,
Bryce Young falls into that Danny Dimes category.
I'm thinking
He's running out of
I
time.
was I was really rooting for Bryce, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing the first 2 weeks of the season.
I
So
think that things are tough because like you just get buried. Like
yeah,
when it's that bad early, like his first year was, it's sometimes tough to come back out. But yeah, now the Panthers still look pretty awful. I don't think this is going to be a good year for them either.
but the rookie McMillan, another good game for him. 6 catches, 100 yards. So they looks like they found somebody in him there. But beyond that, kind of rough. Chuba Hubbard, 10 carries for 38 yards. I don't know what the hell
They
that
just can't
is.
do anything. That's the
No,
problem. Like their offensive line is not as bad. They just
it's not
can't do
look good
anything.
though. But
I don't know where you go. Their defense is god awful, but
yeah.
I don't know. The Panthers are a tough team. I don't really know what you do to fix them.
Uh, Falcons beat the Vikings 22-6 in a ugly, weird game. JJ McCarthy got hurt, but more importantly, he did not look good the first
No.
couple quarters.
Bijan Robinson looked very good.
He did. He at one point, Bijan Robinson had more total yards than the entire Vikings offense.
Yeah, no, he
Um,
he
but
looked good. The Falcons had a pass rush. It was wild. You saw
they had 5 sacks in like the
yeah,
first half or something.
first half the first picks were doing well. James Pierce heard his name a couple times. Walker
Mm,
had a sack. It's weird to associate the Falcons with a pass rush. That's just
yeah, it's been a
it's
long time.
yeah, it's like the Browns will never have a quarterback. Um, the Giants will never have an offensive line. It's like one of those, franchise altering weaknesses.
Who's they're back in like the Donovan McNabb years, Falcons used to have an edge rusher or like a defensive end. Who was it? I can't remember his name. But that's
I
like the
don't know.
last time I remember them having any kind of presence. I mean, Grady Jarrett was a good defensive tackle, but
Vic
not
Beasley had that one year.
not Vic Beasley, like a big guy, like we're like a 93 or something. I don't remember.
You're literally giving me nothing to go off of here. Maybe a
What
93. There wasn't much confidence in that.
I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, Falcons won. And then the Bucks thrilling final fourth quarter against the Texans after another. The theme of week 2 was really boring first halves and exciting second halves because I feel like half the games were like that. But yeah, what
Yeah,
the
it was
Texans Nick Chubb scored like
Nick Chubb looks good, man. He's got some life
you
to
know
him.
what? You know what? I'm agitated because I was everything I read about Nick Chubb is that he can't cut like he used to. He looks slower in practice. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay away from him in fantasy. He's been the bell cow. He's been doing well, the Texans. So
You bought into the lies.
I guess so.
CJ Stroud, on the other hand, I can't really get a grip if he's just not good because he had some plays he looked really bad on, but boy, that offensive line is rough.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is getting crushed.
I mean, I he was my backup in fantasy, and I actually just dropped him today to pick somebody else up. But
It makes you think over the offseason, why did you trade away Laramie Tunsil? Like, sure, he had his problems. I'm kind of, pretty confident that he might be deaf in an ear because the guy loves to go for a false start. But I don't know. Watch that Texans game, and they don't block anyone.
yeah, but yeah. So
Their
Nick Chubb,
special teams very good. Special teams nearly won the game for them.
yeah, Nick Chubb scored, took the lead with what, a minute something left. And then no, it might have been less. I forget. It was tight. And then Baker Mayfield, walked down the field and they scored with like almost time expired. I think it was like 5 seconds.
Oh, it was like the end of the game.
Yeah.
They ran out of the time on the kickoff. It
Mm,
was it was tell it was really impressive. The
yeah.
Buccaneers are legit.
That's why I told you I had him in my NFC Championship game against the Birds. So I
Do the
think they're,
Colts are the Colts the favorite now in the AFC South?
I mean,
Um,
still too early.
mm,
They'll come back down. Even Daniel Jones alluded to it. He was like, you gotta it's fun story, but he's like, we gotta sustain it throughout the year. I was like, yeah, that's if they get
that's a
through
man.
September and they're 4-0 or 3-1 and Daniel Jones is still playing well, then I'll say yes. But
That's a man whose soul has been broken many a times. He
they
he
made
can't
me
find the joy in it.
they made me feel bad for a Giants player because they had this man playing scout team safety, and he is a NFL quarterback. That's when I knew. I was like, get this man out of New York. This is bullshit. Um, here's a game where Chargers beat the Raiders 20-9, another ugly game. But man, I obviously like, Gino when he played with Seattle, we didn't get to watch a lot of Seahawks games being on the West Coast and everything, but I always thought Gino was like, super accurate, super, always put
No,
up good
did
numbers.
not look good.
I was like, okay, I finally get to watch him play. Let's see what it looks like. He was 0 for 10 of his first 10 passes. 0 for 10, three interceptions.
I don't get the Geno hype. I have not gotten the Geno hype since Seattle. I thought they should have made a more aggressive approach into getting someone else to replace him because he was never that guy. He's good, yeah, he's decent, but
He's
he's
a
nothing more than
kind of
your
a stat
lower
pattern.
end. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's your lower end starting quarterback. Like people like to blow smoke up his ass so much, and I just don't see it.
Yeah, I was just not I was like, where is he throwing the ball? This
Yeah,
and
he missed
that.
multiple passes. He kept trying to run around much with no
Yeah.
success.
I mean, I don't know how good the Raiders offensive line is, but their
I don't
defense
know. You have
actually
like
looks decent. Like they kept them in the game for a while, but
I don't know with the Raiders, man. There was
yeah,
a lot of times you held the ball, you figured that he would have surely found someone or checked it down.
they're 1-1 though, right? Didn't they beat who they beat last week?
I don't know, but Quentin Johnson might be back from the dead right in time for
I
Halloween
I think
because
so.
that man was written off as a bust for sure, and he's been balling the first 2 weeks.
He's Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they gave him in the offseason, but he's definitely a different player. So
Everyone completely forgot about Lad McConkey, and now we're on the Quentin Johnson train.
yeah. Everyone that's after week one, I was like, I'm not gonna fall into this trap. I'm not gonna pick him up in fantasy. And then he had another good week. I'm like, all right, now everyone's gonna pick him up. But
We'll see. We're not buying this up yet. I'm not giving in yet.
no. But that was a
You've caught my
wrap.
attention.
That was a wrap on week two. So moving on, Tim, studs and duds. You know what? We started with the studs last week. Let's do the duds. Let's get the nasties out of the
The
way.
dud, dude, we're supposed to be. We get the Phillies just won the division. The
That's what
Eagles
I'm
are
saying. We
2 and
start
0.
with the
Just not,
duds, and then we coast into happiness because the Phillies are going to go to the World Series.
whatever. They always say tragedy and bad news sells in news, so I guess you're proof of that.
Sure.
I mean, there was so many like I couldn't tell where the Giants and Cowboys game was going, so I had like two or three Cowboys and two or three Giants on the list just in case. Um, but we're gonna start off. Actually, one of the better players you'll see on the dud list.
Hmm.
Anytime the guy is such a bad game or has such a bad moment that there's a narrative created around him, you know it's not good. So after some brutal drops
Hmm.
and some brutal drops that looked like he just wasn't really interested in getting hit or really extending or putting much effort into it. Because I've heard a lot of talk about alligator arms and how, he's a little scared to go across the middle now. So Brian Thomas, who
Yeah.
went from number one superstar wide receiver to getting called alligator arms. That's a tough little spin there. It was a tough week for him.
Yeah. Not a good week for Brian Thomas fantasy owners for sure. But just in general, you thought him and Travis Hunter were going to be like a phenomenal tandem, and now it's kind of you don't know.
Yeah. This next one is just going to prove how much I bring to the table because I guarantee you've never heard the guy's name. But don't worry, I put my effort into
Try me.
teaching you Dakota.
Okay.
So we're gonna go off, like I said, there had to be someone from the Cowboys and Giants game. There was numerous people to choose from, but we went
Mm.
with one that, man, I've never seen such a poor performance in 6 plays. Managed to rack up 4 penalties in 6 plays.
It was impressive.
The Giants had the ball first and goal on the 2 yard line, but it had brought back to after one of his, I think it was his third or fourth penalty, one of his personal fouls. So
Mm.
James Hudson the third, who I
Mm.
guarantee you did not know, but I'm here there. I
Thank you.
got everyone. 2 false starts, 2 personal fouls in 6 plays.
Yep.
I think that's a good way to never find the field again. So,
I
uh,
just I loved the camera like would pan over to Brian Dable and he's just like stunned, like didn't even know what to say. Like he's like, oh, is this real life? Like what are we doing?
I
It was
gotta be
great.
honest. I think false starts and personal fouls got to be the most infuriating penalties. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather hold a guy 3 times in a row because that's just respecting. Listen, you got beat. You just can't do it. False starts are like, dude, all you have to do is just listen. That's all you
Hmm.
have to do. And then personal fouls, obviously, for obvious reasons, just completely tormenting because you have to go out of your way for them and they're brutal penalties. He doubled up on both of them in sixth
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, it was
So yeah, I
not
don't know
good.
when Andrew Thomas is coming back, but I can
Not soon
promise you James
enough.
Hudson is not starting next week.
No, definitely not.
And then moving on, there's certain things in life, if you want to qualify for certain things in life, there's the basic requirements. Like, to do this podcast with you, you need to have a computer, you need to have a Zoom account, doesn't have to be paid for, but you have to have a Zoom account. Usually, I wouldn't even say you need a basic understanding of football because you push that like most of the time with any of your takes.
Always pushing the
Um,
envelope.
yeah, but understanding of football would help.
Sure.
As a kick returner, I feel
Hmm.
like some basic requirements, like, yeah, there's a good requirement. Like you'd want some guy that can catch,
Yeah.
maybe someone with some speed would be good. Basic requirement as a kick returner, know that the ball is live
Mm.
until you get it.
Crazy, crazy thought.
Because I promise you, Keelan Johnson now knows that.
Hmm.
It's just like, dude, how are you the starting kick returner for the team and you don't know that the ball is live when it's kicked? That's the basic requirement. That should be the first and only thing they teach you constantly.
Yeah. I was befuddled because normally when you see a kick like a kick returner, we see him like they'll either catch it in the end zone, take a knee, or they can feel like see it coming down, hard and fast at an angle. So they'll be in the end zone and they'll kind of walk in front and let it, bounce out of bounds. He was like 10 yards up from the end zone and just decided, you know what? I don't want this ball.
He just
And
blatantly
then
ignored it.
also shout out to the ball because somehow it stayed in bounds. Did you watch it?
Shout
Like
out the ball.
it like
Okay.
rolled down and then just fucking stopped like right before going out of
It's
bounds.
like
And I
some
was like,
final destination stuff. They're
it
like, you know what?
is.
I know you don't know we're live. So I'm going to park myself here and just ruin you. If he wasn't a rookie, I think he's probably cut tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
that thought he was going to be the lead back in Pittsburgh, I'm pretty sure this play alone is keeping him off the field.
Yeah, not a good look for sure.
I have a little honorable mention was I
Oh,
was going to put him in there, but technically I don't think he lost his job. Did you see this whole who was it? I'm blanking on the guy's name. The kicker. Um, oh crap, I'm blanking on the name of the guy. He hit 5 field goals after they benched the starting kicker, like benched him. This wasn't like they just dropped him. Like every time you're benched as a kicker, they just get rid of you and sign a new one.
you talking about the
They
Falcons? Cool.
Yes, that's what it
Okay.
was. And their kicker came in, Parker Roma or something,
Yeah.
kicked 5 field goals. But like they benched Koo. Like you don't bench kickers.
Yeah.
You just release them.
I actually think he has been benched before though, like on another team.
I just like that's one of those. How can you lose your job on your day off?
Yeah, it's different for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know. But no, we leave that one alone. I just thought that was a fun little fact because kickers love they dominate the dud list sometimes. Moving on to the studs. Apparently you're a half empty kind of guy now this week. We're gonna put this in the finish with the studs.
Yeah, finish on a good note.
Um Going off, I mean, the Bills are by far, I think, the best team in football right now. I mean, well, the Eagles are 2-0, but the Eagles didn't put up one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history. And granted, it was the Jets, but they also just destroyed them. James Cook
Hmm.
doesn't get nearly as much love as he should
He does
because he
not.
plays with Josh Allen. 21 carries, 132 with 2 touchdowns, a nice crispy 6.3 yard average. Josh Allen was the hero of last week, of week one.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, very pedestrian, 14 of 25 for 148 and no touchdowns.
Hmm.
Didn't, he gave you 60 on the ground, but this was a James Cook game. And you know what? If you're the Bills, I think you're happy with that. It shows you
Against
got a little
a
extra dimension.
against a supposedly good
They're
Jets
not good.
defense.
They're
Well,
not good.
that's why I said supposedly. But
Yeah, no, they're not good.
yeah.
So yeah, to kick the studs off list, we got James Cook.
Hmm. Okay.
I mean, it was bound to pick someone off this list. I mean, when your team puts up 52 points, someone had to have a noteworthy game here.
Yeah.
I mean, this was one of the truly I don't think you could come up with a better stat line. This is Madden on easy mode. 23 of 28, 334 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Hmm.
It's that's like Madden with the opposing team having 8 players. Jared Goff just cooking and just telling Ben Johnson, just like Dan Campbell, he's telling him, I made you. And they didn't need to score 52 points, but they went and scored 52 points. They could have definitely took their foot off the pedal, but they did not.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jared Goff coming in our second stud. And then our final stud, I'm actually going to go to, I think someone that's been forgotten. But it's been a big part in this Colts 2-0 start to the big to the this season.
Hmm.
Offensive juggernaut. He's just pushing them along, given that, Colts put up 30, nearly 30 this week. I forget how many they put up the week one, but they're putting up points. And all the Daniel Jones hoopla is nice, but Jonathan Taylor's kind of the wheels that just keep this thing moving.
He's playing really well.
He had a buck 65, and I feel like no one even mentioned
Yeah.
it. It's all
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
The guy, 25 carries for 165, 6.6 yards per carry. He gave you a touchdown in the air,
I think he had 100
250.
the week before too.
Yeah, he's crushing it. And all you hear about is Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I mean when like
He's first in the NFL in rushing. What did I say? He had 236 yards so far this season.
yeah. And then Daniel Jones is second with 588 passing yards.
Yeah,
Go figure.
go Steichen. My bold claim that he was going to get fired midseason is looking pretty rough.
That is looking pretty rough.
So yeah, Jonathan Taylor being the, what would you say? Being the muffler, the transmission. You're a car guy. He's like the transmission
Muffler.
of the car. He's like, he's extremely important to the whole thing, but doesn't want to get, doesn't get credit. But without it, you just wouldn't run. I'd say the engine, but Daniel Jones is like kind of the
He's the
engine.
tires, maybe. I don't know.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. He's more, yeah, I guess tires okay, but you know where I'm going. Like a car needs an engine, but engine's also what everyone knows. Daniel Jones kind of engine. He's got all the hoopla, but really, John Taylor's the transmission. Without the transmission, you're not going anywhere.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
maybe not the muffler.
Yeah, definitely not the muffler.
But yeah,
All right.
Jonathan Taylor, number one stud, the
Well deserved.
transmission of the Colts offense.
Okay. Well
Jonathan
deserved.
Transmission Taylor.
All right.
You
I
heard it
think
here
you've
first.
had enough. Um, like it. I like it. So moving on to little overreactions. Too much whiz for you here, Timothy. The Lions have cured all of their offensive woes and are the same Lions of last year.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't buying that they weren't, that they had any issues on offense.
Hmm.
I don't think the Bears are very good,
Hmm.
but I don't think the Lions offense was ever bad.
Okay. Fair enough. Too much whiz. If the Giants uh go, let's say 1-4, 0-5, 0-4, is it even if Russell Wilson is playing well, do they need to make a change and let Jackson Dart play?
Jackson, funny thing you mentioned, we forgot to touch on that. Jackson Dart had his first NFL snaps
Yeah.
in the most idiotic moments in a very highly contested, close game. And there they sub Jackson Dart on the field to run quarterback
It
sneaks or to
reminded me of
hand the ball off.
when they try to integrate like Mike Vick into the Eagles offense, or like even when Wentz was here and they were putting like Jalen Hurts into like a couple packages.
I mean, that's different than the first round draft pick who this is the second week of his career and this is a
Yeah, I
very
mean,
competitive tight
a
game.
little odd for sure.
I mean, he
But
didn't even do anything. He just came in what, 3 plays? He handed it off twice, and then the third one he tried to sneak it and fell.
hmm,
Like it worked as well as you would thought of it. Um, I I don't know. The Giants are a tough situation. I mean, they're such a mess. Uh, I don't know. They're gonna play him. I just don't know exactly when it's gonna be. Like if you're the Giants, this has got to be a gut punch. Like you
Hmm.
gotta, this is a game that you kind of know where the season's going now. Yeah. I'd probably say the fifth game of the season, they bring him in. I'm assuming, I don't know who they play, but I'm assuming they're probably going to lose at least three of them. And they bring him in after game five.
Okay. And yeah, I just think if their season's going to be lost and they're not making the playoffs, what's the point in playing Russ? Rather see what the rookies got. Let him watch half the season and then, see what he has. But and the last one, too much whiz. Do you think or I guess too much whiz, the Texans offense is going to struggle throughout the rest of the year and the defense will be the only reason they make the playoffs?
Completely buying the offense. No love for the special teams. Special teams is out there balling, man.
Defense / special teams, whatever.
Um, they'll find a way into the playoffs. The AFC's, I think, still pretty open, but the
Hmm.
offense is really broken. That offensive line is horrendous.
Yeah,
CJ Stroud is not good enough to be playing behind that offensive line and succeed. I don't know if CJ Stroud is broken. He definitely could be, but he doesn't stay upright enough to see if he's any good.
true.
But yeah, no, I think ultimately they find a way to sneak in, but the offense is a mess and will be a mess.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They're giving me like Bengals vibes, where like the offense is suffering because their quarterback can't stay upright. But
Yeah, but I mean, Burrow could at least make plays when he was standing upright. We don't even know if CJ Stroud can do that.
that's also true. But all right, that is our too much whiz and our studs and duds. So now we'll move on to our power rankings. So I feel like it's kind of hard to remove the Eagles from.
I'm putting the Bills. I think you got to put
You
the
think
Bills
so?
one. I mean, they probably should have been one after week one, to be
Yeah, they
fair.
probably should have. All right.
But Bills, Eagles for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree there.
Bills and Eagles, I think, are the obvious ones. Did you know that there's 10 undefeated teams? Are all 10 going to be in our power rankings?
No,
Didn't really think about that one too long, but
no, because that's always like, I do think, well, we'll get to it, but I do think the Colts should be in here. All right, so
I round out
Eagles,
the
well, Bills
round out the
one,
five
Eagles
with three
two.
undefeated teams. Packers, I think is
I
obvious.
think Packers at three, absolutely, yeah.
I'm putting the Buccaneers at four.
Who do we have for? Yeah, because the Commanders lost, they're dropping.
And then ready for number
Ravens,
five?
well, we got Ravens still.
You ready for number five? It's not the Ravens.
Okay, who's number
I'm,
five?
I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm not over the Ravens. I'm not ready to crown
Chargers
that.
look good, man.
They do, but
What did the Ravens do? They lost a brutal game
they
in
put up
week one, and
40,
then
like almost 40 points in back-to-back weeks.
okay, the Browns don't count. They lost that game in week one.
It's still,
The Chargers crapped on the Raiders and beat the Chiefs.
yeah, but the, the Chiefs we saw are like not a high-scoring team and not that great, maybe. And then the Raiders are also like weirdly not that great. So
Fine, have your Ravens, then Chargers.
I would say Ravens then Chargers. Yeah, that's a little because they went toe to toe with the Bills. They barely lost. I mean, they shouldn't have let them come back, but
NFC West, we got three teams undefeated. The Niners and Rams, I think, find this spot in what I'd say
uh,
Rams over Niners.
I don't. But you got to figure we still have the Ram. We have, I guess the Chiefs are out because they're 0-2.
Yeah.
I don't think the Niners should be in here yet. They're
Who else should we
not.
go
They
with?
don't look impressive to me.
The Bengals are a sneaky 2-0 team, but they just lost Burrow.
I want the Colts on here.
Put them after the West teams.
All right. Well, what's so seven? Is Washington out of the top 10?
Yeah, I was very uninspired by them.
Let's put the Rams at seven because
Hmm.
they're still undefeated. We still got the Lions. Lions at eight.
Yeah, I can live with that. And then Niners
Colts.
or Colts. All right,
Colts at
fine.
nine. You want the Niners at 10? There's got to be
Yeah.
another team we could put in there.
Who else are you know with? Niners are undefeated. They just won with their backup quarterback. I know it was against the Saints, but still good luck.
Yeah. Well, I guess at that point you think Niners or Cincy.
Niners.
Okay, fine. Niners at 10. That is our top 10. Bills at 1, Eagles at 2, Packers at 3, Buccaneers at 4, Ravens at 5, Chargers at 6, Rams at 7, Lions at 8, Colts at 9, 49ers at 10. All right. Moving on to our game picks. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm sick to my stomach that I didn't make any parlays. I stayed away from it this year so far because it's, the
Who are
chances
you
you
wrong on?
the Steelers.
Oh yeah, you said that.
I
That's
went
a tough one.
15 out of the 16 games correct, and the
Mm.
Steelers blew it. But yeah, I was surprised because both of you guys picked the Bears.
Yeah, that didn't age well.
No. Um, but so I'm currently in first place, 24 and 8. Tim, you're 21 and 11. And then our guest picks are 18 and 14. So
Should
that's
have given me a
usually
better guess.
usually how it goes. The guest is usually like tailing behind us, but we got to put a good example forward. So
4 games north of 500. That's pretty pathetic.
all right, let's break it down. We got this week of games. Week 3, I still think it's too early to really crown teams. We're still learning about them, but week 3 and week 4 definitely start to tell a bit of a tale. So, starting off Thursday night game, the Dolphins at Buffalo.
Yeah, I'll take the Bills on to the next one.
I will also be taking the Bills. Sunday we got Bengals at the Vikings. Ooh,
Listen, Jake Browner can ball. I think this is a big moment for him. The rookie hit some adversity. Let's see what happens, but
adversary.
I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't. Carson Wentz is going to play. He's not.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
He's not been Carson Wentz ever since that ACL, so don't think they're going to do anything. So I'll take the Bengals. I feel like this game actually is already incredibly important for both teams. Texans at the Jaguars. Jags want to get back on the winning side, and Texans can't fall 0-3. So,
You know what? The Jaguars, they had a million moments to win that game. Like the Brian Thomas drop wasn't even the worst one.
yeah.
Brown had one in the end zone.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that bad again. The Texans have real problems, so I'm going to go Jaguars.
Um, I was going to take the Jags, but now that you took them, I think I'm going to take the Texans just to be different. Colts at the Titans.
I'm taking.
Yeah, I paused a little. I could see the
I'll
Titans
take the
up.
Colts.
I could see the Titans upsetting them, but yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Colts. Raiders at the Commanders. Oof.
I'm
Is
going get
this
right game.
get right game for the commies?
I've been the biggest commie hater, but I don't think the Raiders are very good. They need this one.
I think if
The long
Washington,
break too.
yeah, I think if Washington wins, you're like, okay, that's kind of expected. Raiders are kind of like a meh team. New coach. Commanders are young quarterback team. But I think if the Raiders win, then you're like, what's going on with the Commanders? And we do have guest picks again, obviously. My buddy Alex will be doing guest picks this week. He picked Washington as well. So um, moving on, next game we got Rams at the Eagles. Are we still go
Go
Birds?
Birds.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
I think if we're 3-0, I might have to pick the Bucks next week just because of you know, but
That is the dumbest logic I've ever heard.
it
We keep
is.
picking the Birds until they lose.
But I know they're not going to win. Um, Alex is also picking the Eagles. Next game, Falcons at the Panthers. Like I said, he's taken Atlanta. Uh,
Yeah, I just crapped on the Panthers for like 10 minutes straight. We're not gonna get on that bandwagon.
excuse me. I think the Falcons had enough good stuff going that they're not going to fall apart against the Panthers. The problem is the Panthers aren't going to go winless. They're going to win games. So it's just a matter of who they're going to beat.
Mm,
I don't know if I'm ready. I'm not ready to pick them yet. I'm gonna go Falcons as well.
I appreciate the dramatic pause, but you already knew that going into it, and you weren't
Yeah,
picking them.
I was like, it's too early for me to start being bold. Um, Next game we got Steelers at the Patriots. Hmm. Is
I'm taking the
it?
Patriots. The Steelers are besides Jalen Ramsey and maybe Jalen Warren. What else have the Steelers done to make you impressed?
Yeah. I mean, Metcalf had he was all right. I thought he would have had a bigger game against, his former team, but
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is washed.
hmm
Keon Johnson doesn't understand the rules of kickoffs.
yeah.
It's just not inspired.
Yeah, it's tough. I think I do think I'm gonna go Steelers though. It just feels more like their game than the Patriots. Alex is also taking the Steelers. Uh, Packers at the Browns. I'm gonna write down Packers for you.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Alex is also taking Green Bay. Jets at the Bucks. I guess Jets are gonna go 0-3.
I was say low key Jets are look awful.
Yeah,
Um,
they're in a bad spot.
yeah, give me the Bucks.
Um, Alex is also taking the Bucks, and then next game is Broncos at the Chargers. Divisional game.
Mm.
Broncos off that crazy ending to their game.
Listen, I'm up on the Chargers. Harbaugh's got a winner right now. Herbert actually looks like he's ready to fulfill some of this hype. I'll take the Chargers.
Yeah, he's been looking
Defense
good.
is defense has been really solid for the Chargers
Yeah.
too.
Derwin James balling with all of them.
Derwin James looked really good this past game.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
Henley, Henley at linebacker, guy I didn't really know much about. And then, man, I don't know if they like had money on him going into the game or they've got like their brother's his agent. They never shut up about him during the broadcast.
Yeah. Um, this is tough.
Tough times come
I'm
for quick
gonna
decisions.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take Denver. They low not necessarily a get right game, but like terrible way for them to lose the last game, and then Surtain got hurt. I think he came back, so I think they're gonna want to. It'll be a low scoring game, but I think Broncos will pull it out. Um, Alex is also taking the Chargers. Excuse me. Next game we have the Saints at the Seahawks.
I can't do it. I just can't. They're so bad.
Yeah,
Give me the Seahawks.
yeah. Alex is taking Seattle as well. I'm going to take the Seahawks too.
Not much diversity this time around.
No, this week's pretty. Yeah, I just peeked at the rest of the games. It's pretty cut and dry.
Pretty chalk.
Cowboys at the Bears. Unless you want to say they get off the schneid, but um, Alex is taking
I'm gonna
Dallas.
say it's a get right game. Dallas just defense looks so bad. When I mean defense, I mean the secondary just looks so bad.
Yeah,
Roma Dunze had a nice game. DJ Moore's still there. They've got players. Um, the Dallas secondary is just so bad. I just don't trust them in anything.
I agree, but this is the Bears. So I'm gonna pick Dallas. Uh, I said Alex took the Cowboys too. What do we got? 49ers, or excuse me, Cardinals at the 49ers.
The
Hmm.
Cardinals are surprisingly 2-0.
So are the 49ers.
I don't know if Purdy's going to play. I'm going to lean towards Mac Jones. I'm going to go with a
Yeah.
sleeper here. Jonathan Gannon, I'll follow you in a battle.
Alex is taking San Fran. Uh, wasn't there like a year or two ago, Cardinals were also undefeated for a couple weeks, and then they fell apart,
Sounds
like
about
lost like
right.
seven straight or something.
That also sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with the 49ers still. And both teams don't really excite me, but
This is one that the Cardinals win this one, the Niners win like down the road.
this one I think is interesting. Chiefs at the Giants, Sunday Night Football.
what is interesting about that? There's no way the Chiefs go 0-3 against the Giants. Who scheduled the Chiefs versus Giants for Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, I don't know. That's, but I'm, you know,
There's two different types of 0-2. Let's put it that way. That's what we're going to see.
yeah. Also, like, again, they faced the Dallas Cowboys defense. Now they're facing the Chiefs defense. Whole different ball game. So
Yeah.
we're probably going to see week one Russ return. But I thought about it for a hot sec, but yeah, I'm going to go KC. Alex is also taking KC. And then this will be a fun Monday night game. The Lions at the Baltimore Ravens. Alex is taking Baltimore.
Mm. You know what? Yeah, I'll take Baltimore. I don't think the Lions defense can slow down Derrick Henry.
Hmm. That's tough. I think yeah, I'm gonna have to go Ravens. I think maybe the Lions are on a bit of a high after that demolishing of the Bears.
Yeah.
So they'll probably come back to earth a little bit. But all right. That is our week 3 game picks. Not really too many shockers or surprises. Pretty cut and dry. So maybe I'll have another watch. This will be the week I pick on my parlays. I do all the money lines, and this is the week that they'll be terrible. But
Well, we'll see how it goes.
we will.
We'll see if you lose any money. We'll see if you're 15-1.
I always do lose money. But as always, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Peace.